Urgent Dallas Cowboys fans, do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel because here we bring you daily videos with the latest Dallas Cowboys updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hello, Cowboys Nation. Welcome back to the channel, your go-to source for everything Dallas Cowboys. Today we're diving into a story that's been causing quite a stir. The potential shakeup in the Cowboys' defensive coaching staff, specifically regarding the future of defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus. If you've been following the team, you know that the Cowboys have been riding an offensive wave that's both exciting and electrifying. But as we all suspected, football is a game of balance. And right now, the defense, the backbone that's supposed to stabilize the team, has been underperforming, raising serious questions about its future. This story isn't just about one coach or a single game. It's about the broader implications for the team's trajectory, playoff hopes, and the strategic direction Dallas is headed in. So, buckle up because we're going to analyze this situation from every angle, from the stats, the history, the potential replacements, and what this could mean for the Cowboys in the coming seasons. This is a detailed, comprehensive look at the drama unfolding behind the scenes. And trust me, you won't want to miss any of it. Let's get started with the core revelation that's got everyone talking. After the Cowboys' Week 16 loss to the Los Angeles Chargers, owner Jerry Jones made some intriguing comments that have set off a flurry of speculation across media outlets, fan forums, and NFL analysis shows. When asked whether he has looked into potential replacements for Matt Eberflus, Jones responded with a statement that at first glance might seem benign, but upon closer inspection reveals a lot about his mindset and possible plans. Jones said, "You can imagine the data with the analytics and with the information that's available today. Technically, I should, if I'm anything, know and have accessibility to the greatest choices that you could have regarding coaches." Now, that quote alone is packed with implications. Jones is emphasizing data, analytics, and information, which signals that his decision-making process is becoming increasingly data-driven, a trend that's been sweeping through the NFL for years now. Teams are no longer relying solely on traditional scouting or gut feelings. They are crunching numbers, evaluating advanced metrics, and making strategic moves based on cold, hard data. But here's the key. Jones doesn't outright say he will fire Eberflus. Instead, he hints that he's aware of the options, that he has access to some of the best coaching talent around, and that he's considering doing something different if he deems it necessary. This is classic Jerry Jones, a master of the subtle hint, keeping everyone on their toes and leaving the door open for a big decision. So, what does this mean? For starters, it's clear that the Cowboys owner isn't fully satisfied with the current state of the defense. Despite the team's offensive fireworks, led by stars like Dak Prescott and the emerging CeeDee Lamb, the defense has struggled to hold opponents in check. The inconsistency, especially against high-powered defenses, has been glaring. And as we all know in the NFL, offense can win games, but defense wins championships. Now, let's take a deeper look at the current defensive performance. The Cowboys' defense under Matt Eberflus has faced criticism for its inability to generate consistent pressure, create turnovers, and adapt to diverse offensive schemes. Statistically, the defense has been underwhelming, especially when measured against league averages. One of the most comprehensive metrics we can evaluate is EPA expected points added, which provides a clear picture of how effective a unit is in limiting opponents' success per play. In terms of EPA per play, the Cowboys' defense has ranked well below the top-tier teams this season. While they have flashes of brilliance overall, they've been inconsistent. For example, teams like the Cleveland Browns and Denver Broncos have demonstrated much more effective defenses based on EPA metrics. The Browns under Jim Schwartz ranked second in the league in defensive EPA per play, showcasing a disciplined, aggressive, and strategic approach that has kept opponents in check. Meanwhile, the Broncos, led by Jim Lienhard, sit 8th in EPA per play and second in defensive success rate, which measures how often their defense prevents successful plays. This brings us to a crucial point, the potential candidates to replace Eberflus. If Jerry Jones is indeed leaning towards a coaching change, he's likely evaluating these top-tier defensive minds. Jim Schwartz, the Browns' defensive coordinator, has a reputation for building stout defenses that excel in critical moments, especially in the red zone and third down situations. His defenses are known for their aggressive pass rush, disciplined coverage, and adaptability, qualities that the Cowboys desperately need. Jim Lienhard, the assistant with the Broncos, also deserves mention. His unit ranks highly across key metrics, and his innovative schemes have garnered respect league-wide. The fact that Jones mentioned accessibility to the greatest choices indicates that he's exploring options that include some of the best defensive minds in the NFL today. It's not just about replacing Everful. It's about elevating the entire defensive approach to match the offensive firepower the Cowboys possess. Now, let's not forget the historical context here. The Cowboys' defense has been a roller coaster over the past few seasons. From the strong finish in 2018 when they had one of the league's top defenses to the inconsistent performances in recent years, the team has often relied on offensive superstar power to carry them. But as the league evolves, the importance of a dominant defense only increases. Look at teams like the 49ers or the Eagles. Their defenses are not just good, they are game changers. Dallas, with its rich defensive history, is now at a crossroads and the decision on Everfling moment for the franchise. Another aspect to consider is how this potential change aligns with the team's overall strategy. The Cowboys front office, led by Jones, has historically been aggressive in making coaching moves when results don't meet expectations. The question now is whether they see this as the right time to shake things up, especially with the playoffs approaching. The team's current record, the standings in the NFC East, and the looming postseason all factor into this puzzle. The Cowboys are in a prime position, sitting comfortably in the playoff picture. But with a defense that's been vulnerable at critical junctures, the pressure to improve is mounting. If they do decide to make a coaching change, it could signal a shift towards a more aggressive, analytically driven defensive philosophy, one that could redefine the team's identity for years to come. Now, let's talk about the potential impact of such a move. Bringing in a coordinator like Jim Schwartz or Jim Lienhard wouldn't just be a tactical change. It would be a statement. It would tell everyone that the Cowboys are serious about contending for a Super Bowl, and that they're willing to invest in the side of the ball that's been holding them back. It could also energize the entire team and fan base, bringing a renewed sense of hope and confidence. But of course, there are risks involved. Changing coordinators mid-season or late in the season isn't easy. It requires adjustments, new playbooks, and a lot of chemistry. Not to mention, it could cause temporary disruptions that might impact team cohesion. Plus, considering Everle's familiarity with the players and system, the transition might not be seamless. Yet, if the results are better and the defense improves significantly, it could be exactly what the Cowboys need to push over the top. Let's also not forget the broader NFL landscape. Other top teams are constantly evolving their defensive strategies, and the Cowboys can't afford to fall behind. The league is more competitive than ever, with offenses like the Eagles, 49ers, and even the Bills showcasing innovative schemes and star players. Having a top-tier defense could be the final piece of the puzzle for Dallas to make a deep playoff run, and who knows, even aim for the elusive Super Bowl. Now, shifting gears a bit, it's interesting to compare the recent performances of the Cowboys' offense versus their defense. Dak Prescott continues to be one of the league's most prolific quarterbacks, and CeeDee Lamb has emerged as a true WR1, making highlight reel catches game after game. The offensive line has held up well, providing Prescott with the necessary protection and time to make plays. The running game, although sometimes inconsistent, has shown flashes of brilliance, especially when Tony Pollard is healthy. But offense alone isn't enough to win championships anymore. The defense's role is crucial, especially in the playoffs where every possession counts. The question is whether the Cowboys' current defensive scheme ever flap to the high-pressure situations that playoff games demand. If not, that's where the potential coaching change becomes a game share, a way to inject new energy, new schemes, and perhaps a different mindset that prioritizes aggressive turnover-generating football. Now, how does all of this fit into the season's bigger picture? Well, the Cowboys are still very much in the hunt, but time is running out to fix what's broken. The upcoming games against divisional rivals and playoff contenders will be critical. A change at defensive coordinator could be the spark needed to turn the tide, especially if it leads to better third down stops, more turnovers, and a more disciplined overall approach. And let's not forget the fans and media reactions. The Cowboys faithful are known for their passion and sometimes intense debates over coaching decisions. Some believe that Eberflus deserves more time, especially considering the talent on the roster. Others argue that the defense has been too inconsistent and that bold action is necessary. The media is also buzzing with analysts weighing in on whether Jones's comments hint at an imminent change or if it's just typical owner speak. Looking ahead, the future of the Cowboys defense hinges on this decision. If they do bring in a new coordinator, it could set a new tone for the team, one that emphasizes a tough, disciplined, and aggressive defensive identity. Conversely, if Eberflus stays, he'll need to make significant adjustments and prove that the current scheme can produce better results in the postseason. In conclusion, what's truly fascinating about this story is the combination of data-driven decision-making, historical context, and strategic foresight. Jerry Jones's subtle hints reveal that a seismic shift could be on the horizon. A move that might define the Cowboys' season and perhaps even their future. As fans, we must stay tuned because the next few weeks will be critical in shaping the identity of this Dallas Cowboys team. Now, as promised, I want to turn this over to you. What do you think? Will Jerry Jones go all in and make a bold coaching change? Do you believe the defense can improve enough under Eberflus to make a real playoff push? Or do you think a new voice is what's needed to get the Cowboys over the hump? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cowboys' future. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with even more updates, analysis, and behind-the-scenes insights. Stay engaged, stay passionate, and as always, go Cowboys. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead. It's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the big reveal. So, what's next for Dallas? Well, the upcoming weeks are critical. The team's ability to adapt to make strategic decisions and to execute on the field will determine whether this potential coaching upheaval becomes a turning point or just a fleeting story. The players, especially those like Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb, will have a vital role in either supporting or challenging these changes. The coaching staff, too, will need to be ready for any new direction. And if you think about it, this kind of decision isn't made overnight. It's the culmination of months of evaluation, game tape review, analytics, and gut feeling. Jones's comments suggest he's weighing all these factors carefully. Perhaps he sees the potential for a new defensive leader to elevate the team's performance just in time for the playoffs. Or maybe he's testing the waters, gauging the fan base and the locker room's reactions before pulling the trigger. Whatever happens, one thing is certain. The Cowboys are at a crossroads. The next few games, the remaining weeks, and the off-season season will be filled with questions, debates, and strategic moves. The franchise's rich history of strong defenses and legendary players hangs in the balance, and the decision on Eberflus. Remember, in the NFL, coaching changes often come with immediate benefits. Fresh schemes, new energy, different leadership styles. These can translate into wins, momentum, and confidence. But they also carry risks, disruptions, learning curves, and the challenge of integrating new ideas into an existing team dynamic. The key for Dallas will be finding that perfect balance, making a decision that aligns with their championship ambitions. In the end, what this story teaches us is the importance of adaptability in the sport of football, the ability to recognize when something isn't working and to take decisive action. The Cowboys have built a roster full of talent on both sides of the ball, but talent alone isn't enough. It's about execution, strategy, and the leadership that guides it all. So, as we wrap up this deep dive, remember that the decision about Eberflus isn't just about one coach. It's about the identity of the Dallas Cowboys, their aspirations for greatness, and their relentless pursuit of that elusive Super Bowl title. The next few weeks will be filled with excitement, anxiety, and anticipation. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and keep supporting your team because in Dallas, we always believe in the comeback, in the redemption, and in the relentless pursuit of excellence. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you believe Jerry Jones will pull the trigger and make a coaching change? Who do you think could be the perfect replacement? Would that change energize the team and propel them into serious playoff contention? Drop your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comments below. Your voice matters, and this is your community. I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and exclusive insights. So, keep those notifications turned on. Until then, stay loyal, stay loud, and as always, go Cowboys. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates. So stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news.